Every generation of Pokemon has a card that defines it, from the base set Charizard back in the day, to the modern chase card like the famous Umbreon VMAX.
In fact, I recently became the owner of one of these defining cards myself, and I'm sure you've seen it, or at least heard about it.
The Latios Latias GX.
The most sought after card of the Sun and Moon era. A card that flew under the radar for a while until it completely exploded.
Collectors everywhere are trying to pull or simply acquire one of these for their collection.
Here I am holding a perfect copy, a PSA Gem Mint 10, and today, I'm going to give it up.
Why? Because as much as I love this card, I've been dreaming of a different one for years. Something defining of its own kind. Something I never imagined I would be able to get my hands on.
Because it's incredibly rare.
Luckily, I came to a place filled with these incredibly rare cards.
I'm at Collecticon here in Chicago, one of the largest card shows in the whole world.
If there's one place I can make this happen, it's here.
Let's see if someone is crazy enough to make this trade with me. Did you see any yesterday?
I did not. Hopefully, I get a little bit more time to walk around today, and if I do see one, I'll let you know.
See, I'm hunting a. You seen one?
No, I haven't yet.
I figured I'd ask.
I'm surprised you did not see one.
I've seen there is a Japanese one, a PSA 10 Japanese. Do you have any?
Currently do not.
Currently do not.
I think there's one at the booth just down the way.
Okay.
It's big. Loose packs. It's next to loose packs.
Okay.
And then there's another one that I would check.
Finally, after talking to a series of vendors, I had my first lead. Let's go check it out.
They have it!
Yep, there it is, the Gold Star Umbreon. When we talk about defining cards, the Gold Star Umbreon is on a whole other level. Gold Stars were first introduced in the set XY Team Rocket Returns with the Gold Star Trico, Mudkip, and Torchic.
The first cards to feature the Pokemon coming out of the frame, designated by the little star right beside its name.
And while Gold Star cards were included in regular sets, two of them were acquired quite differently.
The Gold Star Umbreon and Espeon.
As far as English cards go, this is the rarest Umbreon of them all.
They have it here as a PSA 7. I might actually have a shot at a straight trade.
So let's ask some vendors if they would make that trade.
Now, if you happen to have one, would you trade the Gold Star Umbreon for a PSA 10 Latios Latias?
If I did have one, I would, because I actually love that card.
Umbreon?
Umbreon. Say about 7, 6, 7.
Yeah.
6 or 7? Okay. Okay, gives me a good idea. Gives me a good idea.
Well, I thought I had this trade in the bag. It just wasn't meant to be.
So I came back to Lord Brush where there was the PSA 7 Gold Star Umbreon, and they decided to hold on to it, so it is no longer for sale.
And with that, my hunt for a Gold Star Umbreon continues.
This one here is not quite the right one. Have you seen any Gold Star Umbreons here today?
Yesterday, I saw a Japanese Gold Star.
Okay.
Umbreon, PSA 10, $200,000.
Yeah, that's a bit outside my price range.
Okay, I might have gotten distracted by this sweater. I might need to pick it up. So I'm at this booth where they have probably every single possible Gold Star here, but the only one I don't see is the Umbreon. There's a bunch of PSA 1s over here, more of the Gold Stars here, the Jolteon hidden here. There's some more up here with the Mew. There's another Suicune up there. There's a Rayquaza on the other side, and even a Gyarados here. He actually has an Umbreon. It is a PSA 10 though. We'll show it to you guys in a second. So he actually has a PSA 10 Gold Star Umbreon, which is definitely out of my price range, but so cool to actually get to hold. Out of curiosity, how much do you have on it?
60K.
60K? Makes sense. Makes absolute sense. So it looks like I'm gonna have to keep hunting because these two cards are definitely non-equivalent. I know you said no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask one more thing.
Okay.
If I were to throw in a PSA 5 Gold Star Mewtwo, would you potentially be interested?
I've never fell in love with that Latios Latias.
Yeah, that's fine. It's kind of the same for me in a way. Like this card isn't as important to me as this one, which is why like I'm willing to let it go. So like I get it, I respect it. I figured, you know what, I'm gonna ask one more time, and it's fine.
That's the best offer anybody's made. I'll tell you that. Yeah, the best one anyone's offered at this show for sure.
Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Shoot. Yeah, thanks. Damn, it's a good offer.
All right, so I shot my shot trying to throw in a PSA 5 Gold Star Mew. It didn't work, so I think this is the end. Looks like I'm going home empty-handed.
Collecting is kind of like being a Pokemon trainer. You start with nothing but a dream, and maybe a binder with 3 cards in it. One of which is bent, one is fake, and the other one is, well, energy. But here's the thing. Real trainers, real collectors, we don't give up when the journey gets tough. We keep going and find a way.
I had a deal fall through for a PSA 7, like Umbreon Gold Star. Like, have you seen any of them? Know of anybody who might have one?
I did see some. There's a vendor, I think straight back through here. His name is AJ Achievement. I think he didn't have a 7. I think it was like an 8, if I'm not mistaken, but it was an Umbreon Gold Star.
Okay, I will beeline it there right now.
Good luck, good luck.
There's a few different vendors out here on the lookout for this slab, and I just got another potential lead. I think we're almost there, and we found it. This one is graded an 8.5 from PSA, so a little higher graded than I was originally looking for. But I don't want to leave here empty-handed, and I have a few PSA slabs to trade myself. So for it, we are trading our PSA 10 Latios Latias. We have a PSA 8 Gold Star Pika, PSA 5 Mew Gold Star, and a 5 Shadow Lizard. These are for you. And on top of that, I am throwing in some cash on it on top, so that is also for you. You can count it out.
After looking at some comps, we did reprice the Umbreon to $9,500. And yes, this is the biggest trade I've ever made for my personal collection.
You just made my day.
What's your name?
Danny.
Danny, AJ, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for this. Is like one of my all-time like GRAIL cards, so I'm really happy to be going home with it.
Some people hate on it because it has no hollow, but
Yeah. I mean, in a way, I feel like it makes it
it's in the top 5.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So thank you so much for making this deal with me, and yeah, you just made my day. I'm just really happy about it, okay? We did it. I finally have my Gold Star Umbreon. It's graded as an 8.5, and interestingly enough, there's only 6 of these in this grade currently. Although the deal fell through for the 7, I'm really happy that I was able to find an 8.5 and that I get to go home with one of my GRAIL cards. Thank you to all of the vendors that helped me look for this card and gave me any lead. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of this type of content. And let me know if you would have done this trade.